In this video lesson, I will teach you how to make this tank top here. It is all leaky. It is sealed. Very simple to make. Okay? Let's zoom in so that you can clearly see the details of the point. Look at it all.
Sealed, she remains identical both front and back.
Costas. Which through step by step you can do for all sizes. Okay? There's no secret, it's very simple. During the video lesson, I teach you to take your measurements to do according to your body. Can she too?
Being is?
You have the option to participate in the regatta or extend the length and make it perfect for a beach outing. You can also choose the short dress version.
That you're gonna be okay?
Stunning. It requires minimal material to create this watering effect. For this length, I utilized half a skein.
The summer river.
From the circus. Oh, this is left here from one.
A ball, then heading out to the beach.
For a longer dress, you could style it like a formal gown.
For my size?
Okay.
Because she is what she is, naked. Oh,
Spend well.
slightly more material?
The point here is made.
Only at point is the chain.
And low point, very simple.
So the width and the...
Length is at your discretion. You will do it is according to the step-by-step class. I'll explain how you do the neckline here, how much you want everything to be right. Okay? Is it? So let's go with the step-by-step class. Don't forget to leave your like to share. And subscribe to the channel.
So to make this blouse, this tank top, I'm going to use here the circular summer yarn in neon color. Okay? I already opened it. That's why I'm here with only the label. So it's the summer wire of the circle neon wire. It's the color, it's AA that I'm going to use is 6372 pink neon. Here she on the label, she suggests me to crochet a needle size 2.5 to 3.5. Let's see the wire here. It's a wire, I think. Information. Here is 11 skein here of 400 and 406 mere 150G. It is 50% cotton and 50% polyester. And to make it, I will use the crochet needle size 3.5. But you can weave with any yarn you want thinner or thicker than this, because this one here has a text of 3/69, okay? You can weave with the thicker or thinner text. Then you use the needle that is suggested on the label of the thread you will use. Okay? So for this piece you will need the needle and thread. It is very simple to make. So let's go to the step-by-step of the regatta. It is the regatta. I will show you how you will take the measurement of the triangles to make. I'm here with this model, with this mannequin around here. You will see the height you want to leave, because you will make here, a handle, okay? Either you want the strap to be shorter, you bring it higher or longer, you leave it lower here. Okay, I'm going to leave mine more or less here. The width you're going to leave, you're going to stop weaving is when you reach here. You're halfway there. Here's the neckline. I even went a little bit because I want it very wide, wide. So I left a little more here passing, and here on the side, I pull. I reach the seam of the side of the t-shirt here, under the arm, here under the arm, and I'm positioning here. I arrive with this tip here at the seam, and here, I passed a little. To look good, then this is the measure. I stopped here with 12 rows, it's already the size I need, okay? So that's how you're going to take the measure to make yours. So the beginning is always the same. You will always start the same. And you will increase here on the side, and you will weave the number of rows until you reach the size you need here from the width. To get to the side and here in the middle, if you want wide like me, I left a little more here, I weaved more rows. I could, if I did it very correctly, right here in the line, in the line of the pit, I would have done one less career, then it would have been very correct, but I did it wider, I did one more career and it passed a little bit, okay? So this right here is the measure you're going to have to do. There of your piece, so it's according to each body. You can go in front of the mirror and put that on yourself or the person you're doing. You position it and ask if it reaches under the arm and here in the neckline, okay? So now I'm going to teach you how to make these triangles. You will need to make 4 parts of it. I already have 3 already woven, and I will make one here together with you to show how it is done, okay? So I'm here, with my triangles ready. I've got 3 already ready. So it's going to be like this. You're going to position here and here. This here is going to be the front part. Then you will patch the other one to the other one here, and the back part will remain, right? So when you do yours, when you're done, finished here, you make this wire here longer, which is so you can splice one into the other. Then then you do 3. When he finished, he left the longer thread there, which is to sew later. And the last thing you do, don't cut the wire, don't forget, okay? So when you finish these 3, cut the larger thread and don't cut the last one, so we'll continue. So it's the question of size here. You're always going to start the same way, I'm going to teach. And you will make the careers, and it will stop according to your measurement, as I taught previously, which is that measurement there. You will position it on your body, on the body of the person you are doing, to see if it gives the width here of the hollow of the collar with the part under the arm, okay? Yeah, so that's the measure. Then weave until you reach it. So not if you don't get too attached to my career quantities, because it depends a lot on the material you are going to use. If you use a thicker or thinner thread, a thicker or thinner needle, or according to the tension of your stitch, you can change the amount of rows. So mine that I did 12 rows and gave the size I needed, but for you it may give more or less. So if you want wider or tighter, you will measure on your body and increase or decrease the amount of careers. Now I'm going to teach you how to do it. It's each of these triangles, okay? So to start the triangle, you're going to start with a magic ring. I'll zoom in here so you can get a better view. So the Anna magic is very simple to do. I have a little difficulty doing and recording. I can do it better. I do it like this normally, okay? So I put it here. I take 2 fingers, I put the end of the wire here, hold it, I pass the wire here between my fingers, around my fingers, and pass it here. Acting as if it were in Z. This other end I hold with this finger here. Okay? Hold it here. That's the only way it stayed like this. So I'm going to insert my needle here. Inside here, I pull this here. Insert here, I pull this here. I do it like this. I take this thread here from the one I was holding and pass it here inside. Look, I have difficulty doing and filming. I walked in here, and here was my magic ring. If I press here, it'll adjust, okay? This is my magic ring. So through this ring, now that I've made the magic ring, I'm going to make 6 little chains. So the magic ring is here. I'm going to make 6 chains. 1234. Five and 6 of now, I'm going to make a high point inside the magic ring. I come in here and make a high point here. Whoa, You twisted that wire there. Let me do it back here. I finished, it was like this. Oh, now this tip that I have here, I'm going to hold here with my thumb and I'm going to pull here. Oh, I'm going to close this magic ring. Oh, I closed the magic ring and the first row is ready. What is this first little space here? Oh, okay. So I finished here the first career. I will turn the work around. Oh, I will. And now here, I'm going to make 6 chains. 1, 12, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I made 6 chains. Now I'm going here. I'm going to count 123. I'm going to the middle here, 12. On Monday, I'm going to go in with a needle, and I'm going to make a low point. So here, oh, always, when you make these chains, you make them very loose, so that they are visible for you to tell, okay? So I entered the second chain and made a low point. I'm going to make 3 chains now, 12 and 3, and I'm going to make a high point now here. Oh, in the third chain here, counting from below, oh, 123. Here in this third, I enter with the needle and make a high point. Oh, so if you make it wider, it's easier for you to count. And I'm like, oh, I finished the second career here. I have a space. On the second, I already have 2. Next time, I'm always increasing, okay? To increase the triangle here. So regardless of the size you make, you will always start like this, okay? So what will modify your work according to each size is the amount of careers, but always start that way. So I finished my second career. I'm going to turn my job. Oh, and I'm going to do 6 chains. 1, 12, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now here, oh, I have 3 chains. Here, oh, 12 and 3, I go, let me make it closer. Oh, so here, oh, I have 11, 23 chains. I go in the middle and I go in with a needle and I make a low point. Oh, I go in the middle and I make a low point. I finished here. Oh, now I'm going to make 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5. And I'm going to go in here. Oh, I have 3, 2. Oh, on 23, I'm going to go in the middle chain. Oh, 12. In the chain number 2, make a low point. I'm going to make 3 chains now, 12 and 3, and I'm going to make a high point on the third chain here. Oh, 123. I make my high point here. So here, oh, I've already increased. Oh, in the third row, I already have 3 spaces. And always the spaces in the middle will be made with 5 chains, just from the corner, which is the beginning, with 6. And here I do 3, because then we get 0, 3, which equals a high point, and 3 here, the high point, and the 3 little chains. So the corners are always smaller. The middle is always 5. I finished the third career. I'm going to change my job, and I'm going to make 6 chains. I always start with 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I'm going here. In this first little space that I have 3 chains, oh, 12 and 3. On chain number 2, which is the middle one, I'm going to go in with a needle and I'm going to make a low point. I'm going to make 5 chains, which is now the middle part, oh, 2, 34, and 5. And here I also have 5, oh. So I'm going to go into the middle chain. I'm going to leave 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end, and I'm going to go into the number 3 chain. Oh, so I count 123 on the number 3 chain. I go in with the needle. Oh, there's 2 left here and 2 here, so it's right the middle. Oh, and I make a low point. Oh, I'm going to make 5 chains 123. I always leave them very loose to make it easier to count there. Oh, 12, 34, and 5. I made the 5 now here in this space. I'm going in the middle. Oh, I only have 3 here. Oh, 12 and 3. I'm going on Monday. Oh, 12. On Monday, I make a low point. I make 3 chains, 12 and 3, and I'm going to make a high point. In the 3rd chain, 12, 1, 2, and 3, here in the 3rd chain, I make a high point, and thus I end my career. 4. Oh, and I'm enlarging the triangle. Look, so it sounds hard, but you get the hang of it, so start. I'll turn the job around. I always start with 6 chains. Oh, 1, 12, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here I have 3 chains. Oh, I skip the first. I go to the second O, which is the chain in the middle. I enter with a needle and make a low point. Now, as the little house is in the middle here, I can make 51. 2 and 34 and 5, and I'm going to go in here. Oh, since there's already 5 here too, I leave 2. Oh, 12 and 12. Oh, 12 in the 3rd, I go in. If you don't want to count and put it like this, oh, you can do it in the middle. But I think it becomes very centralized. Oh, it becomes a very straight diamond. But if you don't want to, you can put it in the middle here, makes a low point too. You don't need to keep counting chains, okay? But I do it like this to be well positioned, very straight. Oh, then it forms very straight diamonds. Finished here, I make 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5, and I go here. Oh, jump. Oh, 12 in the 3rd, I enter with a needle. Oh, I'll make the low point I have left here, 12. Oh well, in the middle chain I make my low point. I made the low point, oh I did. I make 5 more chains, 12, 34, and 5. And here I only have 3. I'm going to enter on Monday. 12 on Monday I enter. I make a low point. And now, how's the last one? I make 3 little chains and I make a high point here on the 3rd chain, counting down to 123. In the 3rd I make a high point, and so I finish another career and I increase, oh, the amount of spaces I have between them. So I'm in row 1234, in row number 5. So you keep doing this repetition until you reach the size you need. I did for 20 careers. Oh, I counted here as 1. Oh, 12, 34, and 5. Keep doing this until you reach your sizes. Then I'll turn it into my job. Start with 6 chains, 12, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 3 chains here. Oh, 123 in the middle I enter. I make a low point. I make 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5. And here, oh, as I have 5, I will enter the 3rd. 12, oh, 12 on 3rd, step low. I make 5 chains, 2, 34, and 5 opa. I put the thread 5 and I'm going to enter here 12 O. There are 50, 123 in the chain number 3, low point 12, 34, and 5. Let me take my squirrel here, and here I enter the chain number 212, number 3, oh, 123. I make a low point, 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5. And here I have 3 chains. I'll go with number 212. I do low point 3 chains to finish, 12 and 3 and 1 high point on the third chain, counting here from below 123. In the third, which is this one here, I make a high point and thus I finish the 6th career. So you do it this way until you reach the size. Look how it increases. Oh, so always in the spaces inside 5 chains, but at the beginning I did with 3, then it was small like this, even the squares, so you weave until you reach the size necessary for your piece. Then I'll weave mine. I'm career number 6. I will weave 6 more rows exactly this way until I reach row number 12. When I get to row number 12, I'll come back to show you how we're going to join these other triangles here to start the body of the piece. I came back here when I finished making the 12 rows of the last triangle that was missing here, the blouse strap. Now, as I said, and I didn't finish this one, I left it here on the needle. Oh, I just finished it here and I have it baked here. I didn't cut the thread. Now I'm going to get another triangle like this. Oh, another one. So here where I started and here where I finished, I'm going to go this side. I'm going to move away a little bit. Oh, so here is with a wire where I finished. Here where I started, I'm going to leave it in this position here, like this. So I'm going to take it now. Oh, I'm going to adjust it here, roasted, and I'm going to count it on the third chain. I'm going to enter with the needle. Now I'm going to approach it so you can visualize it well. So here I'm going to count 3 chains here. Oh, 123 on the third. Oh, 123 here on the third. I enter with the needle here. Oh. I entered with a needle. Now I'm going to take the thread and I'm going to join these 2 with a very low point. This one's joined. I'm going to show it here. Oh, I'm not going to cut the wire. I'm going to leave it like this. Oh, the 2 triangles are joined together and this here is the front part. Oh, then join the front with a very low point. I'm going to stretch here, oh little loop, so I don't fall apart. I'll leave the wire here. I'm not going to cut it because from here I'm going to continue. Then I'm going to bring it here to the side and I'm going to add another triangle. So I'm going to take here, oh, another triangle, and I'm going to put, oh, it's got one side wired and the other side wireless. So since here is with the wire, I'm going to take it here. Oh, on this wireless side, I'm going to count 3 chains like I did on the other side. Oh. 123 and insert the needle. But first I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here at this little tip here. Oh, I'm going to open it because I only gave a loop. Oh, you know when we give 11, make a chain and pull the string, right? So I'm going to pull here. Oh. If it's the thread, oh, I pulled the knot that I had made. So here, oh, I'm again with the thread on hold. Oh, without finishing, I just dismantled the knot to make it easier for me. Now here in the third chain 123, I enter with needle in the chain, take this thread here. I step inside, oh, a very low point. I pass the point of this and that, and now I make a chain and pull the wire, and oh, now I fasten the 2 together here with this same wire. As I left it too big, I didn't need all this. Okay, oh, I'll bring it here to the side and I'll join the other one. So here I have wire on this side, so I'll take my triangle with the wire without the wire side. Oh, and I'm going to join here using this wire. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull the knot. Oh, there's a knot here that I made to finish. I'm going to pull the string here, and I have the roast here again. Insert the needle here. And I go on the other side, in the other triangle, and count 3 chains, 123. I go in with a needle, take this thread here, make a very low point, loop the thread, go inside this and this, make a chain, and pull the thread fastening. Then here, oops, I learned to the wrong side. Look, I learned crooked, so I'm going to have to dismantle. So it was good that I did this for you too. If you pay attention, I'm going to take off because I locked it backwards here. So you have to pay attention to this detail too, so that your piece doesn't get crooked. So I'm going to launch the union that I made, that I did wrong. I dismantled it. I'm going to put my needle here in the loop. I'm going to turn it the other way around now. Yes, it will be right. 123 here. I'm going to make the union again. I pull step inside one of the other, and here I'm holding it now. Okay? So now I have here united. The four triangles. Here is waiting. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to take this side, I'm going to turn it here, and I'm going to clip it here on this other side. But I have to be careful not to attach it crooked or twisted. I'll fix it right here, and now I'm going to join this end. Okay? It's going to be circular now. Right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to break the knot here, so I've already broken the knot here, and now I'm going to join it here. But you be very careful not to get twisted. So here I go to, in the third chain 123, insert the needle, I take the thread here. I go inside with a very low point, and I pull the noose here, and it's all united now. It's united. And what am I going to do here? At these two ends. I'm going to put a marker just to hold it, to make it easier for me when I go down. So I'll go this way, this little tip, the marker. Let's proceed inside the chain, and this marker step by step within this and that space. So I'll place the marker here to practice here. And then we'll create a strap of the necessary width. All right? It's just to get stuck and not get in the way when weaving the blouse. So I'm going to put this step here too inside the little space, okay? Now you're stuck here, then I am. We finish it with this thread and also make the strap of the width you need. So the piece, the top part is assembled, okay? And now I'm going to resume here where I had left it on hold, that I left 11 very large loops, or even disintegrated here from being stirred. It just fell apart. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to learn again. So here I joined again. What I had ended up falling apart. So I'm going to turn around like this, and I'm going to work now, from here up. So here I've already arranged everything properly, and I'm going to work. Now this part of the handles will be here on this side, and I will work from here to here, making circular careers and starting and closing the career here. Okay? So what am I going to do here? I'm going to take it with very low points to chain number 2 here, because at the beginning there are 3 or 123 in this chain here, number 2. Let me zoom in to get a better view. Here, I have 3 chains 123. I'm going in the career on the number 2 chain. I'm going to take it with a very low point here to her. Let's see if it works. And I'm going to make 5 chains 234 and 5. And I go here, in the career, in chain 12, in the career, in chain 3, I do low point, I do 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5. I go in the next space, I enter chain number 3, 123. If you want, you can make the chain cord even your low point. And it's getting like this. We're continuing and starting here if I want. I can put a marker there just so I know where I start and where I end my career, but that's only if you want. It's just to mark that here it starts and here it ends. Okay? So here I'm going to continue making only 5 chains now, 12, 34, and 5. So, if you want, you can get here in the middle and make a low point like this, or do there in the 3rd, chain 1 and 23. I go inside the chain and make a low point 5, chains 234 and 5. I'm going in here on 123. Low point, oops. And so I go along the entire side, 12, 34, and 5. I go on the chain number 3, 12, and 3 low point. And so I go making the net O. It doesn't even seem like we had stopped doing it here and are doing it again, okay? So I'm going to weave until I get here in union, and I'll be back to show you how I do it here in union. So here, all this part here, you will make 5 chains and make a low point on the 3rd chain here of the cord. Make 5 chains on the 3rd chain here of the cord. You make a low point as you have been working so far. So I came running from here where I put the marker, making the 5, chain the low points. I got here, in the part of the amendment, here I have 11, like with 3 little chains, and here 2. So here I'm going to do, I can make 5 chains here. If I see it's too wide, I can do 23. 4 and 5, and skip all this space, and I'm going to do it here this way. I think it looks better. I have 3 chains in chain number 2. I enter with needle and make a low point. I think it will work better. I make 5 chains, 234 and 5 and in this other space here with 3 chains, skip the amendment, no problem. Skip the amendment. I'm going to these 3 little chains that I have here at the beginning of the other triangle. So I go on the chain number 2 or 12. I go in with a needle and do my low point. Just take yours here. Low point, it looked good like this, okay. I make 5 chains, 23. 4 and 5, and I go to the next space here and I enter the 3rd 123 low point there. And so you do until you get there in the other one, here on the marker again. So when you get to the next amendment, you're going to do the same thing. In the space that has 3 chains here too, you go into chain number 2. And skip the amendment, no problem, it'll be fine. Then I'll weave the rest of my career until I get to the marker. When I get to the marker, I will show you how I close my career and start the next. So I came back here. Oh, I'm getting here on the marker. I went through my entire career doing the 5 little chains and closing with a low point. Now here's an amendment. So in this little space here, oh, I made a low point in this space of 3 chains, right? I made the low point here. Now I'm not going to make 5 chains. What I'm going to do here is 2 chains. This is just to close. There are 2 chains, and I'm going to make a high point right on the peak where I climbed. Oh, on the first little chain I climbed. Here I made 5 chains, so I'm going well. Here where my marker is, I'm going to take off the marker well. In this first chain, I'm going to make my high point. Oh, I made 2 chains. And there in the first one, I go in with a needle. And I'm going to go right into the chain so that there's no open space. So here where I entered, I make my point fit. Oh, and it was left with a little space, as if it were 11. As if it were a string of chains and a low point. Oh, okay. So you're always going to close your career? Yes. And now here, I'm going to make 5 little chains. Oh, 234 and 5. And I'm going here in this next space, and I'm going to do mine. Mine is low point. Oh, so here I made the 5 chains. Skip this space, because here I have already made the stitch in it, as if it were the stitch here. So I go to this space, oh, 123 in the third. I enter with the needle and make the low point. So here I'll put here. Oh, I'll put my needle right here. It's the beginning of my career, and I'm going down like this, oh, until I reach it, until I reach the size I need for the piece. I don't like that I'm going to see another way to close it. It seems that you have a very large space. So I'm going to review here and come back to show you how I'm going to improve this space here. Okay? Yeah, I will. I was seeing a better way to close this piece. So what did I do? I'm going to make 2 chains like this. Okay? So I dismantled everything I was doing. I made 2 chains. And I'm going to make a high point, but not here. Oh, where I started, I'm going with this string of chains. There are 5, oh, control 3, 4, 5. I'm going there on the third. 123 on the third, I'm going to make the high point. I thought it got better. Because then I will do the piece together with you. So if I think it's not good, I'll dismantle it and change it. So I'm doing it together and I'm discovering, oh, I thought it was better that way. So this is where the next career will begin. So I can take the marker out of there and put it here. And now I'm making 5 little chains. 12, 3, 4, 5, inserting in the third string of chains, making 123 low point, 5 chains, 1, 12, 3, 4, 5, then into the third chain, 123. Low point. So here I am, following my career now normally. So my problem there was to start and not close my career. So I thought it was better this way, and I'm going to do it this way. Okay? So from now on, you will do this. Weave the whole row in the same way, 5 rows, and make a low point in the third row of the chain arch. When you get here, oh, in the end, you only make 2 and 1 high point. Okay, I'm going to do another career and come back to close another one with you, so there's no doubt, and then I'm going to weave until I reach the length I want for the tank top, okay? So I'll weave mine here. When I get to the here on the marker again, I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do it. So from now on, it's the same way. 5 chains, okay? And then when I get here, I'll come back to close together once again, so there's no doubt, and then I'll continue. So here I am coming back to where I put the marker at that high point that I did in the previous career. And here I did, I came following, making the chains and the low point. Now, instead of making 5 chains like I did before, I'm going to make just two, and I'm going to make a high point right here on this high point where I'm with the marker. I insert it here and I pass another high point. And here I close my career and start another. So I'm going to take my point, my marker off this high point, and I'm going to put it on this high point here. So this will be the start of my next career. I made the high point here. Look how it turned out. And I will make 5 chains, 12, 34, and 5. And I'm going here on third, little chain 123 low point. And now I'm going to continue normally, doing this way until I reach the size I need, 234 and 5. Let me get some more wire here. 5, chains 1 low point here, 123 low point. And so I weave until I get here again. I do it the same way. I close it the same way. If you have doubts, you go back a little bit. The video is okay. See how I closed it and then continue. Okay? Until it reaches the required size. When I reach the required size, I return to show what will be the next steps that I came back here, that I reached the size I need. Here for me, the regatta, I made 24 rows. Then I saw that I joined here. The triangles here, so 24 rows. From here. Even down here it has reached the size I need. And here it is under the arm. So far, the length was 26 centimeters. Without stretching, but if you stretch it gets longer. And now here I will add that I had only put the marker. Now I'm going to add a strap so it can go down more if you want to do it like this, but it ends here. I thought it was too tight, so I'm going to lower the strap here now, okay? Before that, I'll cut the wire. I left it here on hold and I end up here in my career. From the high point, I make 2 chains and a high point there at the high point of the previous career. So I want to show you here in the close AAA career. He went astray. He went astray. It's normal in the circular career. When you close the career, it tilts, but this amendment is very noticeable when you use it. It's right here. If you look here well, you can see. Only it's imperceptible. Then, when you're going to use it, okay. So here you have finished the high point. You can now cut the wire. So I always brought the marker here to help me always find the end and the beginning of my career. So here I'm going to cut the wire. I'm just going to adjust here. Here, I can't even cut the thread and continue. I think I'm not going to cut the wire, and I'm going to continue the finishing. And then I'm not going to cut. I'm going to start the finishing down here. Then I'm going to cut and make the handle and the finishing up here. Okay? So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the finishing. So I gave up. I'm not going to cut the wire. I'm going to start finishing. Then I cut the wire, and then I go to the top. So here, where I finished with the high point, I'm going to do this finish. This is optional. If you want to do it like this, you can. If not, you can only do low points. For example, go doing low point. Low point is here, for example. for I think about 4 low points in each chain also work. But I'm going to do it this way. So I finished here. I go straight to the first little chain. Here, oh, I have 5, oh, 1234 and 5. The first time I go in with a needle and do 11 very low stitches, I go, oh, very low stitches. In the second chain, I enter with needle and make another low point. Now here in the third chain, I go in with a needle and I'm going to make a low point and I'm going to make a picot, okay? So on the third here, oh, I make a low point and 3 chains 12 and 3. Now I'm going to go in and get a needle here. Oh, in these 2 loops here from the low point. Oh, I go in with a needle here in these 2 loops from the low point. I tie the thread and make a very low point. I made a picot. Then I have 2 chains here still. So I'm going to make a very low point. Very low point. And here at the first time, since I tighten it a lot, it will be very difficult. I insert it with a needle. Very low point, it will be right like this. Oh, the peak will be right in the middle of the diamond. Again, I'm off to the next chain space. At the first very low point, Pietro with a needle passes the thread straight. On Monday it will take a little work, but it will be very cute. In the second chain, pass the wire. In the third chain, I do the low point, remembering to leave it very loose for you to enter with needle. Then, oh, I made the low stitch. I make 3, chains 12 and 3, and I go here. Oh, in the 2 straps of the low stitch. Oh, I enter with needle, loop, thread, step inside here and make the stitch. Very low. I made another picot, and these last 2 chains, very low point here, and the next very low point. Then the finishing will be done around the whole O. It goes like this. Oh, the next chain space is the same thing. First chain, very low point. I'll get more faithful here. So, in the first chain, very low point. In the second, very low point. In the third, I enter with a needle and make a very loose low point here to enter with a needle. Then low point 3 chains and the peak that I'm going to catch. Enter with needle here, loop, thread and strip with a very low point. And the other last 2 chains here, very low point. Let me just take all the thread, very low point, and so I made 1 more O. So in each diamond there will be a picot. I will do this until I get here. O. In the last one is where the marker is, which is the beginning and the end of the career. So I'm going to weave it this way. It's until you get to the other side, so there's no secret. If you want, you can only make low points inside the chain. As I had said, it is at your discretion. So I will make in the first 2 low point, in the third chain, low point 3 chains caught here in the straps, follow 2 straps. And there's Sophia. Then I'm going there. There's Sophia, low point and low point in the last 2 chains of my little cord here. Then it gets like this. As soon as I get here, on the other side of the career, I return to show the result and teach next steps. So I came along, I'm on the side, and I arrived here at the marker, which is the beginning of my career. So here I'm going to take off the marker here to finish. So here I did the peak and the 22 very low points. Here I will also do one. Here, as I only have 2 chains and the high point, 12 chains, and the high point I'm going to make here. A point on the first chain, a very low point. And here, in the second chain, I'm going to make the peak. I enter with a needle, I make the low point, 3 chains. Here I enter with a needle. Very low point. And now here at the high point, I come in with the bulha. I make a very low point, and here I can already cut the thread because here I have already made a very low point before. Okay, so here I can cut the wire. I'm going to go in. It's okay. I'm going to cut the wire here now. Yes, it's finished. I'm going to make a loop here. And pull. And I'm going to show you what the bottom part looked like now. So it was just like it stung. It was really cute. Now I'm going to tie the thread up here to make the handle. Here, I've already put the blouse here on mine. Here it's stuck. You see, the strap is really tight, so I'm going to let it go here. To measure the size of the strap that I'm going to make. So I'm going to let it go here. I had learned just put a marker here to learn. And I'm going to put it more or less here like this. You're going to measure yours there. Where is it? Loose here under the arm, so this is the distance here. More or less that I need. I'll leave it here and here. This measurement that I need a handle to make. Okay, let's go this way. It's going to be about 12 centimeters. Centimeters more or less than I need a handle. Okay, so I'm going to make one here. I'm going to measure it very precisely. Look how it was very loose. I'm going to make the handle here from 1. I'm going to measure it. Then I'll come back teaching you how to do it and show it to you, just so you can learn how to measure it. Okay, so put it here, measure it. You want more up, more down, okay? Put it in front of the mirror. It will help you find the right measurement. So I'll do it here and be right back. I came back here, I made the handle already. Look how it turned out. I made about 12 centimeters that I needed, and here the pit has become much bigger. Who was here before was tiny. So it increased, yeah. I did 10 careers and I'm going to teach you how to do it now. A handle, so you're going to take the wire here and you're going to make a sliding knot and you're going to go this way. You're going to take one of the parts here. Let's see if I started here. That's right. So I'm going to take here, the beginning of the triangle. I'm going to take here my address. I'm going to go inside here, here. And I'm going to take my name, and I'm going to go inside here, and I'm going to make it to have a lot of wires here. Then we finish at the end, so I'll go inside here. Let me just take the thread. So I went inside here, and I'm going to make a very low point to hold. Alright, give me these wires, then I'll finish. After I make these to hold, I'm going to make 3 chains, 12 and 3, and I'm going to make a high point. Here in the same space, in the same triangle, here in the same hole, make a high point. I will make 3 chains 123, which is equivalent to a high point. I'm going to turn the work over here, and I'm going to make a high point on top of the 3 chains. So it's very simple. On the 3rd chain, make a high point. It's going to be the only thing here, okay? 3 chains, 12 and 3. I turn the work over here and make a high point on the 3rd chain. It gets like this. Three chains, 12 and 3, turn the work around and make a high point here on the 3rd chain. You do this until you reach the size you need for your handle. Okay? Yeah, you do it and you measure it. You can. It's okay to do more and you do average. If it gets too big, take it apart and make the appropriate size. So I've done 10 careers. So here so far I've done 123 and 4. I will do it until I get to career number 10. In this way, just making 3 chains that equal 1 high point, flip the work and make a high point on the 3rd chain. So I'm going to go down here until I get to the 10th row. Then I'll come back to show you how I'm going to join the 2 sides. I made the 10 rows, from here to here. Then I arrived here, I made the chains, high point, 3 chains now here. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to join here with the other part. I'm going to decrease here. So you can visualize, so see if it's straight, if it's not crooked. Here, I'm going to take this back part. I'm going to put the needle in here. Leave the thread behind here. I'm going to go in here. And I'll make a low point. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better. So I inserted it into the space, leave it alone. Oh my God, it's increasing a lot and it's good. So I inserted it in here and I'm going to make the low point, which is to join these little points here. They get in the way. Then we finish them off. Make the low point. I want to highlight another point here. And now, the high point that was missing. After making the low point, I go straight to the 3rd chain on the handle and make the high point, ensuring the thread from the ball is taken. I made the high point. And so, I joined the 2 sides, and now I can cut the wire and the handle is ready. I will give that handle to finish the knot, and the handle was ready. It was not twisted, and the 2 sides and the handle here the size I needed. Now you will need to finish in low points. I'm going to start here. Right under the arm. At the junction of the 2 triangles, I'm going to insert the wire and I'm going to just make low points here. Okay? So here, right under the arm at the junction, right here. At the junction of one triangle and another, I'm going to tie the wire, make here a run of it. Leave me the T. Where did the world go? Here. Here I will insert. You are trapped now. And I'm only going to make low points here on the chain cord. Even I'm going to make low points. I'm going to put it as it fits into the space. Here I put 2. Here I go for another 2. Oh. Here in the next space, 2 more. If yours got more spaced, you can put 1 more, okay? It depends on the size of the space left there, okay? I'm putting lows in each. It's a little space you have here. Oh, and it's getting like this. I'm going to do the low points until I get here. Oh, then when I get here on the handle, I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do it. So I came walking through here. I arrived at the last space before the handle here I did. Low, and I thought there was still a space here. Oh, I'll make another one to cover it, okay? So if you think it's missing, you can add more. So I got here on the handle. Oh, I'm going to take it here. Oh, in this space. And I'm going to do bass here. If you want to take these wires here and bring them here and finish, you can. Oh, so I'm going to embrace these 2 threads and I'm going to finish them here. So I'm going to do lows for each. For each is the point I have here. Oh. And there will be a little space on the handle. Oh, there will be that space. Okay? It's going to look really cute. So each point here, I'm going to do. If you think you need to do 3, you can do it. I've already brought this thread and I've already finished them. So I'm going to go through it now like this here, doing the lows on the rest of the rest here of the handle and all the other side until I get here where I started. When I get here where I started, I return is to show you the next steps. I arrived here where I started, so here on the side where I started, I'm going to make another low point, and here. Where I started the insert needle here, oh, and I make a very low point and I can cut the thread. I'm going to make that little wrinkle here to tie a knot, and this side here, oh, it's already finished. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. You're always on the right side, okay? I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll tie the wire here. And I'm going to weave all this around here, and only the front part here will be missing. Now I'm going to do this front part with you, because then I'll do it here later. I don't need to record video because it's the same here on the other side. So the front part here, I'm going to take the neckline here, oh, where I have this thread here where the seams were made, and I'm going to do the same thing I did there. Under the arm, so there's no secret, it's gonna be the same thing, okay? I'll record it just so there's no doubt. So I make my node here. Well, in the middle, if you want, you can start from another part, no problem. Okay, so here I'm going to attach my wire, and now these 2 wires I'm going to bring here, and I'm going to finish, which is the tip of the union of the 2 triangles. And the little tip that I tied the thread now. So here in the next space of chains, low, and I already bring the thread to finish. Oh well, walking with this thread here together. Oh, this last one, I didn't take the 2, I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to do the same thing, bases for every string of chains I have here. base. If you think you need to put more, you can put more low points, because at your discretion. And so I've been bringing these wires here to finish. And here, oh, you weave the same thing when you get here on the handle. Do it here too. Low, okay? I'm going to weave here. Then on the handle, oh, you weave. Come back here when you arrive. Close your career like you did here under your arm, so there are no secrets here. You will repeat what was done here in this part, okay? So weave everything, arrive at the handle, do the same thing. Low here, oh, and you'll get these spaces here. The strap will have a cool detail since the blouse is all screened. There's gonna be this space here. So I'm going to weave everything. When I'm done, I'll come back to show the result that the blouse will be finished, okay? And then you start making the finishes, hiding these wires here together. Then I will teach you how to finish this thread when you close your career. So I will finalize everything when I finish the return to show the final result and teach how to make the finishes of the leftover yarns. I finished all the finishing here on this side, and here's how it turned out. With the low points, the strap was like this. Oh, with this detail here leaked, now I need to finish the wires here that are left. I've already made some and left them here. These are to show how I do it here. I have many wires. Oh, that I didn't go under here when I finished. So how do I do it? I take a crochet needle, a little thinner. From what I had been weaving the whole piece, this one here is 1 75. If you want, you can use the same one you are, no problem. But yes, it's not just to make it easier. Then I take it here. Oh, this here to the inside out. Oh, take a loop here. Oh, from the stitch to the inside. Oh, inside out and pull the thread. Oh. I pass all the thread and then I come here. Oh, I come walking with this thread. Oh, I take another loop. Oh, from the low point. Oh, the 2 loops from the low point. I loop the thread and pull. Oh, and so I bring this thread here. I can pass it all or a piece and cut, then it's up to you. You left it too big, you can pass only a piece. And then cut. Oh, and here. Oh, on the right side, there is no more thread. Here, you hid it inside the stitches. I have more here too. I'm going to bring it here, one by one, and I'm going to hide it inside the stitches. I'll have to be careful not to go to the right side. I brought him here. Good step here on the 2. Now I'm going to show you how I do it. Oh, this one here is also where I finish the piece. Down here. Oh, so I always bring it inside out. Always taking care not to go back there. Oh, I choose a strap here from a point and pull the queue. And I'm walking with him. Very simple. That's why I like to take a Messina needle, which is much easier to get in. It's in the dust. After a little more I can cut it because it was already very big. Oh, here I'm going to cut this end. I already think I've gone through enough. Cut well. Rentes, just be careful not to cut the stitch. You dismantle the piece, give that little stretch, and just my end. So here no more wire left, so do this with all the wires that are left over in your piece. I'm going to take the measurements now because the blouse is finished, then just cut that thread there. So she stayed here a length, from the pit here, an arm's length, without stretching too much. She was 28 centimeters, almost 28, with the little change here, 28, But then, at your discretion, the size, you can make it the way you want too. If you want, you can go very long and make a beach outing that is also very beautiful. A little dress. Its width was not stretched, 43 centimeter wide, so it became larger and shorter. But it was the way I wanted it here, at your discretion. You leave the height and width as you want. Okay, so this is the video class. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you like it? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to activate notifications, which is to click on that bell next to it. YouTube notifies you when I post a new video class and you don't miss any updates here on the channel. Till next time.